Hallo zusammen. It's quite late, so I'm not going to speak too loud. But I had something in my heart that I really wanted to share that happened today that was kind of a little bit shocking to me. I was just at a farmer's market in the city and it was really nice. I was wearing a dress, but nothing revealing at all, actually. It was even a long sleeve dress. And yeah, some men came to talk to me in his mid 50s, I would say, and he was really, really friendly. And I love talking to all kinds of people, and I think it's always super interesting to see who they are, where they're from, and all that. So I'm usually pretty open. Right off the bat, he said, "You are so beautiful, like you're drop dead gorgeous," and things like that. So it was like he used a lot of words to describe beauty, and I just said, "Oh, that's very kind of you, thank you so much." I just received that. And then I thought, he's gonna be like, "All right, have a nice day," and leave. But he didn't. So I thought, well, okay, maybe he wants to talk a little bit and know where I'm from, and the usual stuff. I just stayed very polite. And then he kept repeating how gorgeous I am, and he was asking my age, which I was like, okay, that's random. And I said, look, it's just numbers, it doesn't matter. And he kept asking. I had really big sunglasses on, but even that's something that I felt was super, super strange. He was like, "You're 16 or 17, right?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, yeah, you must not be older than 17, right? And I was like, why are you so why first of all, why do you know, why do you need to know? It doesn't matter. And I almost felt like he wanted me to be 16 and 17. So I was like, okay, this is taking a weird turn. But again, I just stayed polite. I just want to politely say goodbye and then leave. But he kept asking. He said, "Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful." And I was like, I started really feeling uncomfortable. And it's crazy because in situations like that, now I'm thinking back of it, I should have been like, "All right, thank you, bye," and just left. But I was waiting for a friend of mine there. He came closer to me and he said two words. He said, "Beautiful" and "horny." And I was like, whoa. So I stepped back. I was like, what? And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I just have to say how it is. And I'm just being honest." And I think from that moment on, I was so in shock. But the thing is that he was very friendly. And there was even another guy that was working the market. He's like, "Hi, how are you doing?" And he was super nice. So that's why in my brain, I was like, this doesn't go together. I didn't realize that in the moment because I guess on the inside, I was like frozen. I was so in shock. I'm just here thinking, oh my gosh, he didn't really just say that. He didn't really just say that. He also tried to find out where I live and everything. Yeah, there was just one thing after another that made me be like, he didn't just say that. Did he just say that? But then he kept back to being like, "Oh, yeah, and hi, and great, and oh, you're so, I was like, what the heck is going on? Again, he came closer and he was whispering, "Yeah, it." And I didn't hear it. I was like, "Excuse me?" We were in the market, there's a lot of stuff going on. And he just said, "Just like a hot bitch." And I was like, he didn't just say that. And now I'm thinking of it, I'm like, why was I still so polite? Why was I so friendly? Why didn't I just call him out right there? I don't know. It was like I didn't believe the words coming out of his mouth. And I know that some people, they're just like, "Oh, bitch, blah blah blah." They just throw it around as if it was nothing. But wow. And in the end, he was just asking for my number. And I was like, "No, I don't do that." He's like, "Oh yeah, but I gotta try." He said goodbye and he left. I think everything went so fast and I was just so in shock that I couldn't really process everything that just happened. Now looking back to it, I know exactly I would have done this, I would have said this. I know how I would have reacted. And I was like, "Anja, why didn't you react to what he was doing and saying? Because that was not okay. That's not okay." After thinking about it, I almost got mad at myself for not saying anything. That is verbal harassment. You're like, oh, you're 16 or 17, right? You must not be more than 16 or 7. It's like, that's so pedophile. What the heck? Oh yeah, like a woman like you, and I'm horny and whatnot. It was still hard for me to wrap my head around this because he was acting so nicely, and except for those few words that he used that were absolutely a no-go, he was like the nicest person ever. You could have been like, wow, you were so nice. And that makes it really hard to actually snap out of it and be like, okay, you're saying all of this in a nice way. You're acting like you're super nice, but it doesn't make it okay. In the moment, I'm so astonished and I'm so appalled that I don't really know what to answer. I don't really know what to say. And then when I have more time to think about it, because even immediately after I was like, oh, that was strange. That was a strange encounter. But later on I started thinking about it. It's like, that was not strange. That was sexual harassment, and it's not okay. And so many times I've experienced things like that, but when I'm in the moment, I'm just like, oh my gosh, and you just try to get through and try to get away from that. But then you're like, wow, why did I not stand up for myself? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was just too much in the moment. It was just too in my face, and I had, as I said, I needed time to process this. And mine must be just one of a million stories out there of young women or even girls going through something like that. What can we do to change this? Like, what? I don't know. But I think talking about it and raising awareness is a good start. This is actually crazy. And every time I'm thinking, next time I'm going to say something, next time I'm going to do something, next time I'm going to call them out. That's just so sad. I don't even know what to say about that. I can't really offer an advice on this other than to talk about it. I don't know. But regardless, I'm hoping and praying this kind of stuff stops. I guess for me personally, that's one of those unanswered questions. Why? Honestly, sometimes I'm wondering if porn and all those things that you can watch now on the internet, if I do believe it has a big influence. It's just so sad how many people see other people as objects or just a thing. Ugh, I just can't. I think this is crazy. What to do about it? That's insane. I don't know. I don't have an answer. Personally.